people want to find it on our YouTube channel. So, right. So if you look at this, let me erase this. Then the market is also either making a consolidation. In the consolidation, the market can make a higher high, then it breaks it to make a lower low, then it goes and breaks a higher high, then it comes and does something like this. So in most cases, this market is always what we call a ranging market or a consolidating market. Why do you call it consolidating? This market has no direction. Okay, sorry for that. It has no direction. So it means we are going to look for trades in a given range. So I always tell my students that it's always not good to take trades in a ranging market. Wait for the market to finish the phase of consolidation and continues in a given direction. That's when you can always take your trades. Okay, so today we are going to look at a ranging market basically. Now, what gives rise to ranging markets is basically what gives rise to the ranging market. How we trade the ranging market is basically going to be that we are going to look at what we call support and resistance. Okay. So Raib is missing a lot of information. You'll find the work on the YouTube channel, don't worry. So now today we're going to look at what we call support and resistance. If you talk about support and resistance, people can trade support and resistance, but some of them trade it in a wrong way. If you look at support, in most cases, I always give an example of someone playing with a ball, okay? So once you hit a ball on the floor, it's going to go up and come down, then it goes back up, okay? So now in such a scenario, the floor is acting as a support, okay? So when you're looking at support, in most cases, you're going to look at an area like that, okay? And you're going to look at the market bouncing off, okay? Bouncing off, bouncing off, bouncing off. So the more this area is tapped, the weaker it becomes. That's why in the future, you're going to look at that in this area, people always come and place their trades in case you have something like this, rally base rally. That's in supply and demand, the future lessons. This is we are going to call this liquidity, okay? So the market is always going to do that and comes here, then goes. But for now, let's look at how we can use support and resistance to our advantage, okay? Now, that's support. Resistance is the opposite of support. It's just like someone wants to fly out, but is facing an obstacle upwards, okay? So that's what we call a resistance area. I can call this resistance areas, okay? So having seen this, how do you do support and resistance lines on your charts? So let's go ahead and look at that. So in most cases, I've always advised my students look for areas of consolidation. Let's say the market does this, then goes down. So I'll always tell my students to draw an area there because prices in most cases going to do this, then drop. Or pass through slightly that we call a fake out, then drop. So the areas of consolidation on the chart or where there are clusters of candles is where we're going to aim to draw our resistance areas, okay? So let's go ahead and see this on our actual charts. For now, we are going to be using TradingView, but in future, we shall be using the Tamam Brokerage Services MT5. So let's go ahead and push and check what the charts have for us today, since I know most of you are waiting to see what we have. So let me share my TradingView for now and you have a look. So apparently, I'm going to start with the higher time frame, which is here. So all you're going to do, you are going to look for areas where we have clusters or a consolidation of the markets. So in this case, I can say this area here, okay? So I can say we have this area here, okay? We have this area here, okay? We have this area here. We have this area here. We have this area here. We have a number of areas where the market is consolidating, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to draw your areas of support and resistance. So let's take this area as let's mark the areas I've marked. So if you look here, we have a consolidation of candles or a cluster of candles in the areas I marked. If you look at, let me take it back to the original form. So if you look, guys who are not attending and they'll wake up tomorrow and tell us, we don't understand what you're teaching. I offered myself to give you the best. So those who are not attending, it won't be my problem if they start scamming you out there. So the areas I looked at are, you look at this area here, we have a cluster of candles, okay? There are very many candles in this area trying to break below but failing, okay? So we are going to mark this area as our support. What happens? In most cases, people always want to buy at support. You find that for now, I'm going to draw just lines, but in future, we are going to consider them as zones. But for today, let's just learn how to draw plain support and resistance areas. Another area of interest is this area here. You find there's a cluster of candles here. Many candles are failing to break here. So we are going to take this area as our area of support as well. Okay, let's go ahead and look at resistance areas. Okay, so if you look at this area here, price is failing to break. Okay, there's a number of candles in this area coming, going, coming, going, coming, going. So I'm also going to consider this part as our, sorry for that. Sorry for that. So let me consider this as our support as well. I think most of you have heard of the term we call SR flip. Okay, so you're going to look at these areas. You find here the price is playing around before breaking. It's going to be our resistance, and let me mark it so that we know what to do in future. So this strategy looks very easy, or this markup may look very easy. So this is what you have marked on the weekly time frame. We can go ahead and mark all the areas you see where we have out of concentration of candles. So you find that price is playing around this area, playing here, fails to break, comes here, fails to break, breaks through, breaks out, comes down, bounces here, goes, bounces here, then breaks and goes down the bottom. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at all those areas. Maybe someone can pick something today. So after marking this on the weekly, you can drop down to maybe daily. So if you use maybe a blue chart, a blue line on the weekly, you can go ahead and use a red line on the daily. So I prefer looking at them on the daily and the weekly, the same colors, because it's more or less the same. Okay, so you come down here and look at these areas. Price is trying to consolidate. Price came and bounced here, then bounced there, then bounced there. So that will be your area of support. Okay, so you're going to find in future how we use these areas to our interest. Okay, this topic looks very easy, but it's very important. Okay, so you find that here price played around here, played, bounce, then broke through. So we are going to mark this area as well. Okay, so you find that these are now support and resistance levels. Okay, so this was a ranging market, a very perfect example. Price played up and down, then broke. So we are going to go down to our time frame and find out what happens. So let's drop to H4 and see what's happening here. So now on H4, you're always going to do what we call adjustments. Okay, you're going to look at where the wicks pass through in your support and resistance areas and add those areas to create what we call zones. Okay, so if you look at this area, we had wicks passing through. Once I marked that area, I came up with a zone where the market bounced. Okay, so I have another zone here. Okay, so if I mark that, I come up with a support or a resistance zone. So marking here as well. So you find that from up here or to down there is what we call a zone. So we are going to go ahead and mark those areas so that we know exactly what to do. You look at another area where price was bouncing quite hard. So we went ahead and also marked this area here on the bodies and the wick to come up with another zone. So if you look at somebody trading this kind of strategy, people say they don't work, they don't do anything, they don't make money with it. But if you look at this person perfectly nailed it. Okay, this person perfectly nailed it. if this person knew what they were doing and they do the support and resistance lines or support and resistance zones the way I've drawn them here, automatically they had to make money at the end of the day. So let me go ahead and try to make the charts more understandable. Okay, so we'll go ahead and add the missing bits. So guys, in case you don't understand anything, just feel free to contact me. I could be of help before I leave my laptop. Okay, I've taken my time to help you guys. So those who are not attending, I won't be a problem tomorrow and I won't be to blame because I've sacrificed myself to give you the best. If you're not attending, don't blame me for not making results. Okay, it seems I'm not getting what I want, but let me see here. Not here. Where could it be? Where could it be? Not here. Oh God. Can't seem to see it. Can't seem to see it. Okay, it's here. Now, after marking your support and resistance areas, for instance, you could just go ahead and mark them and shade them to understand a bit better where your areas are. Okay, so these will be your zones. All right. Black Monk, I suggest you go through because I'm going to upload this on YouTube. So you go through the Forex Emperors YouTube channel and you'll be in position to get the best of this. So I'm going to go ahead and mark there, but I give a highlight at the end of the lesson on what you missed. Okay. So after marking your zones, internet is poor. I'll put this on YouTube, so it will be important to watch our YouTube videos. Please, guys, once you're watching, try to comment and also give views where I should at least teach to the next topic so that you can concentrate. So I think now most of you are now clear to drawing the support and resistance zones. It's now very okay to most of you how you draw them, and having drawn them, how do we take advantage of them? I think in the next topic, we are going to see how you take advantage of the drawn zones. Okay, you know that price is always retracing to the zone. So in most cases, once after drawing your zones, just know that price is going to retrace back. Once price breaks below these zones, it is going to pull back. These zones act as magnets to the market. So these are the basic principles of trading before you come with your smart money, Simanya what or what. These are the best principles of trading. So once price reaches this zone, you are going to watch out for a few things, which we are going to be learning in our next lessons. And as it keeps breaking the zones, it will be making a lot of areas of interest where you can always take trades. Because as you see now, these areas were in the future, but price was just obeying what the zones are done. Okay, just reaches that area and drops below. You're making quick money. You're making money without even stressing a lot. Broke below trade, pullback failed. Okay, price came. So price came and reacted in the zone, then dropped. Okay. So you find that these zones act as turning points, okay, or magnets to the market. So price will always look for these zones. For instance, if I took this area where it is out of consolidation here, you can all see that we have out of consolidation in that area. So I mark up. So what I'm leaving out will be a fake out and show you that advantage in future. So let's look at this and we see what we have. So price breaks below, counts, plays around, breaks and retests, then drops. So this is a very interesting topic, very straightforward, and you're going to make money. Once you learn the basics of support and resistance, trust me, you can be in position to swing peacefully. Okay? So guys, for today, let me stop there. In case you have any questions, please contact me. and we see how we can fare out. Jajavine here. I'm here to save the nation from unemployment through Forex trading. Thank you. So tomorrow our lesson is going to be how do we take advantage of support and resistance lines. So that means tomorrow we are going to combine trend lines and support and resistance lines. Thank you very much for attending. Those who have attended. See you in the next lessons. Bye. So guys, in case you need anything from me, for now, you can just send a message, or else you can also just